hello to Garth Brooks, everybody. Yeah. There are no words. I was gonna say.
I was gonna help you, man. I had cue cards, and everything.
I was gonna describe you, but I couldn't. I just
Yeah, right.
Say hello to Garth Brooks. How are you, man?
I am better than I deserve, man.
It's good to see you again.
Great to see you again.
You look good.
Thank you. I feel good. Being Mr. Yearwood's a great gig. She's part of the I'm part of the working husbands, our working wives club, so I get to sit out by the pool while she works.
Your live shows. So when you do 2 in one night, like how in the world do you like get a vitamin B shot after the first show? Because your show is so like there's so much energy inside of a show. Like I don't know how you do 2 shows.
I think the energy comes from the people that come see the show. So they're going to bring their energy for the first show, and then if you want that second show to be better, just tell them how good the first show was. That gets
That's like it's like a competition thing. Like man, they were really good. They were really
good.
loud.
I don't want to say anything, no pressure, but yeah, they were, and it just makes it fun.
Yeah, I'm such a Garth fan that If Tomorrow Never Comes is my favorite song ever.
Oh,
it's my
very
favorite.
Sweet. Thank you. You got to tell me though, man. You had to be like 5. How old were you?
That record came out in '88.
Yeah.
If I'm going by my brain.
Right.
I was 7 or 8 years
Thanks.
old.
That makes
No, but I'm saying.
No, it's okay.
And by the way, you saw my eyeballs. I'm not looking at notes. Like
no, you're not.
There's
I'm
no
impressed.
notes. Like I'm die hard.
I'm impressed.
And
Your mama raised you right.
So I want to ask you a question about the dance for a second. Is it true that the dance made you nervous because you didn't think it was country enough?
Yeah, I heard it down at the Bluebird. Tony Arata was playing down there, heard it, took it to Alan Reynolds. Alan Reynolds loved it. And just, you know how that all goes. Sometimes things take longer to cut than you think. And the months went by, and I started getting scared that it wasn't traditional country enough.
So this song, the dance.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
And you've said before that the last song that you want to hear before you pass away would be the dance.
You betcha.
You thought this song wasn't country enough because of what was happening at the time.
Yeah, man, it was crazy because I don't know how much you remember of country music at that time, but we were the guys that were the non-traditional.
You were the right.
We were the guys that we can't have this.
That's
this
not
stuff
country.
isn't country. And so that was scary, man, because you love your peers, you want them to accept you, but you at the very end hour though, you got to play what's in your heart and your soul.
How close were you to not cutting the dance?
So much that Alan said, "Look, this will be the biggest hit you've never had if you don't do it."
You really almost didn't cut the dance.
Yeah,
that is so crazy. That is, my life I wouldn't be here today.
You know what? Yeah. Mine wouldn't be the same.
I wouldn't be here today. I want to ask you about another song.
Okay.
So the Thunder Rolls. So that song you wrote, and you offered it. I guess Tanya Tucker picked it up.
Yeah, Tanya Tucker, a guy named Crutchfield was producing her. Picked it up, didn't think the song was finished, wanted us to write the last verse.
You wrote it not for you.
No, heck no. Songwriter trying to get cuts. I'd got a cut by Crystal Gale.
That's
Crystal Gale had done a song called What's He Doing Now?
Yeah.
And loved her cut on it, and Tanya had the Thunder Rolls.
Thunder Rolls you gave to Tanya Tucker, trying to get a cut as a songwriter.
You betcha.
Ah, there it is. So she cuts it,
yes,
records it,
right,
and then decides.
A guy named Jimmy Bowen comes and takes over Capitol Records, scraps her Ultimate Hits record, and wants them to go back in the studio again. Now it comes up right about the time we're cutting an album called No Fences.
Which, by the way, is the second record. It's the follow-up to Garth Brooks.
Right.
And so Tanya does not put it on her record.
Nope.
And so here, you cut this song, and now you put it on your record.
Yeah, we put it on the record, but Alan still doesn't want anybody to pull the record down to see somebody get killed, so the third verse is not in there. It isn't until the live record that we pull it out live. I can't remember where we were pulled it out live, but the night we did, we all looked around each other and went, holy crap, this is going to be good. So it was pretty cool. It gave the live show something different than the records.
That's great. Whenever the controversy of the video and the song came out, was it pretty encompassing? Like, was it just all over you? Like, whoa, this is crazy that this is causing so much controversy.
Yeah, man, because you do things just from your heart and your soul, and you don't expect anybody to take anything bad. And when all of a sudden you become the point of it, I mean, that was everywhere. So you felt bad, man. You felt like you were in a shell, and I thank God for people like Crook and Chase, these people that you could call up and talk to and go on their show and just kind of say, hey, man, this is real life. It's what it's all about. And then the people were sweet enough to be okay with it, and kind of took us across the finish line.
Well, so sweet that it was video of the year. I mean,
It was very nice.
And you had so many people like coming, like support group, advocacy groups coming to you saying like, "Thank you for this song."
Yeah.
So how things change so quickly?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just kind of weird. You just, I'd suggest anybody that's doing this kind of thing, just do what you feel like doing. Do what represents you, because that's what's going to be with you the rest of your life. And good or bad, take the brunt of it and go in. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't.
Garth Brooks is here right now. So far, we have learned that the dance almost didn't get cut because it wasn't country enough. And then the Thunder Rolls almost wasn't on your record because it was... Man,
I got one better for you. Yeah, you got to remember, between the first record and the second record, it was a year and a half.
Okay.
But we had already playing the songs off the second record, no fences, out in the clubs and bars. So we had this one song on hold. The writer got scared because it was a year, and he pitched it to another artist, Mark Chestnut. So Mark Chestnut cuts a song, makes it on the album, and then they call us and go, "Hey, there's been a confusion or a mess up now. He's got the song you've got on hold." Mark was great about the whole thing. We said, "Hey, look, we have new music for our people. If we don't get, if you're telling us that isn't our first single, then we can't put it on the record." And so they finally came back and said, "Okay, Mark's agreed that it's your first single. If it's not your first single, he'd like to put it out." Fair enough. Song was a little song called "Friends in Low Place."
No way.
Yeah, scared me to death, because I mean we lived in the clubs with that song for a year before it ever was out. So.
And then the threat of you almost not having it as your song as you played.
Man, that's great, because you talk about not imagining a career without the dance of the Thunder Rolls. I don't have one without Friends in Low Place.
I got goosebumps a little bit hearing you say that.
Whenever you play a show and you play that first chord, that first is that the biggest pop of a Garth show?
I am the greatest guitar player on the planet. When you do that little it's the only chord I know too, but it's fantastic, man. They make you feel good. It's a great way to start it. But it's a competition, man. That thunder comes rolling through the arena, it goes to a whole new level. Calling Baton Rouge starts and goes to a whole new level. It's cool. You hear the dance, the intro on the dance. Excuse me. Then the game's on. So it's.
Oh, you do have so many powerful intros when you talk about the dun 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 dun. Just. I mean, now I've been to the shows. I'm one of the ones that go every intro. You're known for your connection with the audience during a show. What is it? Because people say, "Hey, give me the keys to winning in life or being an artist." Like, what your live performances like? What's the trick?
I don't know if there's a trick. I just remember that's what I grew up on. That's a crazy thing, man. Anybody that's an artist grew up on two things. They grew up on going to concerts, and they grew up on listening to the radio. That's what it's all about.
I mean, do you look in the mirror sometimes and just go, "Man, I'm awesome"?
Tell you the truth, man, I haven't got this since day one. I don't have a clue. I really don't. I mean, because we're in Nashville. So the guy that's waiting on you at your table, the waiter, plays better guitar than you, sings better than you. I mean,
I don't think. Here's the thing about, and this is. Everyone knows I'm a big fan. Okay, so I've seen you a lot, right?
Right.
I went to Vegas and watched you do the Vegas show, and that's when I've seen Garth Brooks concerts, but until I went to the Vegas show, I never fully 100% appreciated the pure vocalist that you are.
Oh,
because it was so stripped down. It was just you and a guitar singing your brains out, and I was like, it didn't matter what format you chose to sing in, and thank goodness it was country. You would have been a superstar because you can sing like crazy.
Oh,
when did you know you could sing like crazy?
I grew up in a house where I'm going to put my mom in the top 5 female vocalists of all time. Not because she's my mom, because she was fabulous.
Really? She was good, huh?
She was amazing. She had a deal on Capitol, gave it up to raise 6 kids, and very sweet. Our sister, talented, could play the hell out of any guitar.
Your mom had a deal?
Yeah.
A record deal?
Yeah, she was great. We were just out in L.A. in Capitol Studio. I think we were in Studio A. She recorded in Studio B over there right next door, and they had a session, so I couldn't go in there. But wanted to sneak in there and see where she stood and where she recorded.
Thank you very much, by the way.
Are you kidding me? This is fun. I'll do anything you want. Sing background on you, whatever.
Hey, that's true. You did. Listen, I wasn't going to bring that up because I don't like making interviews about me. But since you brought that up, I want to say, and I also wrote this in my book, that my favorite thing that I've ever been able to do on the show was the first time you came in. And you played, you just grabbed the guitar and you were just playing, and I was just like, it was one of those, and I wouldn't listen back to it because there are certain things that you just want to remember how they were.
Sure.
so I won't listen back to it. But that doesn't mean there's not a guitar over here somewhere.
Oh,
And it can't happen
always.
again.
Always.
It's right beside him.
Love
How did
it.
that get there? Wait a minute. How did that get there? Wow.
Oh, this is great too, and it's in tune too. This
weird.
Sunday,
That's so crazy.
this Sunday, history is going to happen, right? Hall of Fame induction this Sunday, right? And who's going in? I mean, I appreciate what you say about Garth. Know that my guy's Randy Travis. You know, George Strait's the king for me. But the day I heard Randy Travis and the fact that he's finally going into the Hall of Fame, great day. Because I mean, think about when you look at that catalog, right? Last night I dug your picture out from our old dresser drawer. 1982, on the other hand, you know, what was that? A farmer and a teacher, a hooker and a preacher, riding on a midnight bus bound for Mexico. Oh my gosh, just music, and what a great day this Sunday's going to be when that man gets that medallion around his neck.
My grandma and I would listen to a lot of Randy Travis. Like Digging Up Bones was probably the song that makes me think of her the most. Or just digging up bones.
Oh, what a
I'm
great
digging.
groove.
Man, that's your dude, huh? Like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's the guy that, come on, man, think about it. Try and think of any other artist in any other genre in the history of music that took a format, turned it around 180 from where it was headed, and made it bigger than it ever was before. That was him, man. He put traditional country back into country music, and that opened the door for guys like me. I think guys like Yoakum, Whitley. I don't think any of our guys get a chance to do that unless Randy Travis doesn't get there first.
Garth Brooks. Everybody, say thank you to Garth for being in our room.
Thank you, Garth.
All right, Garth Brooks has left the building, except he's still sitting here. But
It's a Bobby Bones show.